They do them night to turn hurricanes but that ignite the soul fire. Sheer energy released to melt the heart. Voice to voice call for the wax, still get taxed. Arrest and less undressed to the core. Ever so slowly, watch weight us king. Let's bring this over. So far so good, what's like a job for you? Stay curious, analyze the facts. Who's there to encourage, give it better lay back. How come society wanna quit and ignore? Small dripping tea, never work as a chore. I adore each step, high skin for cadence. Chapters to this age of decadence. To this irreverence to the old veterans. Striped in a jet, but Chipotle show. Street soldiers come without severance, but keep hustling and wait for the L and the epidemic. If it misses like either way, he don't even was lost down, down like the last man down in the terror rain. Inferno of Babylon, first and last down. Ow, 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 ow. First in, first job, just with my appetite, but couldn't satisfy my hunger for peace. Rap tight, like Christmas gift. This night is a need for the generation to flip. Their life like a touch to mold a simple rise. The difficult times help a friend to a lonely. Turn it at the end, never remains in the funnel. Into a wine bottle and quote decided. Visual mind buggling a puzzle. Made to the grace and reached the goal. Knock twice on the gate, never preach. So true, not just sell shot, but at the all for one. Parking punch you. Better to hold some for the characters carry over your road. 24 karat code each day. The juice case cold with an ingress road. Self-representative, feel like the yes I give and give back to the constituent. Sit you in a chair, break down there and fear there's nothing. Passionate world about rhyming. Late in the game and acting. OG to the campaign juice. We quitting the cash. Great times I play streaming on the flash. Time thinking I'm a pin to the media. I've seen how I've been a black man in the mountains. With the program to the down Josie. Now we keep down the ground dancing. Microphone down casting. Everlasting sound blasting. No doubt first thing last down. If I alone, I'd rather do nothing else. If I follow the heart to the last pulse. Like the last man down in the towering inferno of Babylon. First in, last out. Yes. How you doing, Los Angeles? So check this out, right? We're in a place called the Lyric Theater. And originally, right, this is a beautiful setting where we can have seats. I was gonna maybe do a talk show. But for real, I wanted to talk to you guys, right? It's easy to breeze through a song and be out. But maybe, tonight we could do something a little bit more special. Talk about each song, how it came about. I mean, of course, I'll definitely keep it going, you know what I'm saying? But so here's Speedmaster 81. Give it up. So I'll be honest, I'm more sad right now than happy to be doing a tribute for a friend that's not here. However, it's really the music that brings us together, and each song has a history. I personally believe as an MC that every emotion has a song that could be written into history. And every song is like a personification of that emotion. And once you put that emotion out there, it's personalized. You guys listen to the song and you personalize it. You internalize it. And that's what keeps us together. That's what brings us here. That's what makes a venue cosmic, more so than just people in a building. That's for real. That's for real. Because, as Nujabes said, soul is something that is eternal. There is no old, there is no young. Obviously, there's older and younger relative to something, but we're all younger than a lot of trees out there, you know what I'm saying? Or we're older than a lot of babies out there. It's just relative. There is no old or young. Our souls bring us together. Our soul drives us to places, see things, meet people, attract each other. So I think that's what life is about. But as far as us, as far as we're concerned, that's how brought us together in a hip-hop record in the form of a rhyme, so that we could repeat those rhymes and talk about those feelings, you know, and not forget about those feelings. And that's what hip-hop taught me. And if I could do a little bit of that to you guys, then I'll be more than honored. All right? So, thank you for your attention tonight. Next song we're gonna do is maybe a lot of you guys heard of this track more than any track, because it was actually syndicated nationwide. All right? I'll talk about the song maybe after I do it. So, A1, let's go. Come on, L.A. Yeah, show up like an angel, a samurai, so my man to play. Cut through flesh and bone, normal minds at peace. The road down the road, the missing in the heat. Life gets colder, oh yes, had to find my path. No less walk on earth, water and fire. The elements compose a magnum. Opus, my modus operandi is an outcome. Still packed tight in my coat. Chip for my armor, as animal pro. The ultimate reward is out and out of wars. And eyes with the times of wars with no laws. A freelancer, that cry of a hawk, make a tough fly and a tea dry. Wonder why alone, won't go wrong with the clay. Only trust instincts, everyone with the plan. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down. Some to the battle cry, some days, some nights. Some live, some die in the name of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down. Some to the battle cry. A battle cry. A battle cry. Just the air around him, but all are surrounded, the air apparent. He might be a peasant, but sound like a rare royalty. Key to the people and land, loyalty. We witness and learn far to hear this. See seconds in this ocean of wickedness. Set sail to the sunset, no second guessing for each downward spirit of Wild West. The cold of cold stand the test. Time of the chosen ones to find the best. No blue eyes to ever grace and face it. Heaven's feet, we do fly over the blue yonder with a sky we see it. I reach the I ain't boy meets word and became a man to serve the word too. See the day, the night, and the girl too. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down, the sun to the battle cry. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the name of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down, sun to the battle cry. A battle cry. A battle cry. Battle cry. Sons of the battle cry. The dogs of the battle cry. The fox of the battle cry. The fox of the battle cry. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up, sun down. Sons of a battle cry. Some days, some nights. Come on. Some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up, the sun down. The sons of a battle cry. Thank you. Thank you very much. So you know, that was an anime called Samurai Champloo. Those of you that don't know, Champloo is actually an Okinawa slang for like gumbo. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people come up and say, oh, that's samurai shampoo, that's so dope. But it's all good. But Champloo means like Okinawa gumbo, yeah? So when you mix things together. So that was a whole concept, like you mix hip hop and samurai action. And you know what I'm saying? Like animation and storytelling and rhyming, breaking, and you had a lot of other episodes in there. So well, anyway, to rewind, like the first song that he was breaking off of you guys, that was actually Nujabes beat, right? Like that was a Beat Junkies remix. Then you guys heard obviously Aurelian dance with it was a DJ named Siik, S-I-I-K. He did that Anne-Marie One Thing remix. I love playing that song. Get you in the mood. It's so awesome. F-I-L-O was the first song that we came out to. It's yeah. You guys can look for the sample. It's called Deisha, D-E-I-X-A. And first in, last out is actually a computer terminology, right? It's like you got a queue of operations or commands, and first in, last out is the way that the queue is executed. But the way we freaked it was like, we live in a culture where people come and go all the time. But just like a building, there's someone who's here to open the keys before no one's here. And someone is gonna be here till everybody leaves to close the door and the gates. And same thing with the culture, right? There's somebody who's first in that never leaves until the very last person. And those are the gatekeepers of our culture. And we really have to respect the architects. And if you ever set foot in the culture of anything, I don't care what it is, whatever music, fashion, you gotta respect. You gotta go with that first in, last out mentality, or you're not gonna last. You know what I mean? So that was our dedication to our pioneers. And came Battle Cry. So I'm gonna talk a little bit of chronology. Like first in, last out was written probably like 2002. I remember it was like a fall of it. Battle Cry came like a year later. Like I said, that was syndicated 10 years ago, right? 2004. So a lot of you were still kids, and I get emails all the time like I stayed up 3 a.m. when I was like 8 or 9 or 10, and that's mind-blowing to me, But little did we know, little did I or Nujabes know that none of this would happen. So that makes it that much, bittersweet. But, just that's kind of like a message to all of you guys that you never know what's going to happen 10 years from now. The work that you're doing right now, it might influence somebody on the other side of the planet, even maybe, I don't know, who's outer space. You never know. You never know, bro. You never know. So just keep putting that energy out there, and it'll all come together. So, okay. So we're about to do a few songs that you might recognize, but we're going to play the song first, all right? Go. Yeah. If we can't make love, we can always make peace, can't we? If we can't make love, we can always make peace, can't we? If we can't make love, we can always make peace, can't we? Have a minute or two to come face to face, yeah, no, just name the place and I'ma be there half an hour early so I can feel the joy in my chest while waiting for. Even if you're late, a couple of ticks, it'll feel like forever to sit in front of the building. Watch a crowd walk by and you're not in it. That reach your limit, then you surprise me with your presence, the dopest present of all. Totally in awe by the simple fact that you came, plus you answer my call. My body love you like water, dwelling thirst to the highest order. Sweet memories saved and recorder. Two pal but sitting on the border. Yeah, my body love you like water, dwelling thirst to the highest order. Sweet memory saved and recorded. Two pal but sitting on the border. Now break it down like wah. Break it down like wah. L.A. Come on, break it down like wah. We're gonna take you back to the year 2000. what I'm saying?
Love sick,
How it all started.
love sick,
How it all started.
love sick, love sick, love.
Yeah, come on. Love sick like a dog, canine sensitivity. Developing this new theory. Relativity, connecting the souls resting in captivity. Positive life, sacrifice what it is to be our history. Only a quarter of a century reality. Sitting on the shoulders of a chemistry. See, ain't no mystery. The colors that mix is set the mind free. Let the blind see beyond harmony. Breathe life in the dead space beyond where clouds adapt. New territory, we determine a beat. Everything is ain't here when it's supposed to be. Night might seem distant, but the time is near. When the thoughts take cause split the atmosphere. Pure sound wave drops in my infinitely. Plus to the utmost definitely. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E. Eloquently, so evidently. Come on, chop. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E. Eloquently, so evidently.
I am the best, I rip it up with finesse.
Good gracious, every process had genesis and ends with the revelation. God bless this opportunity for me to find voice. Shows the words that I waited way too long. Low wages, small tips on the avenue, never wasted. All hits for a revenue. Haven't you heard the news lately? Seems we're living for some time in the purgatory. But yo, what I knew, what a love song sound like. But I feel warm tune in the sunlight. I can still hear it in my room past midnight. Gonna move, take a solo cruise in the moonlight. Sometimes I do forget, oh, how much we can is alive and leave. If we learn to let go, the reins that we hold, return our souls in the spirit that flows. So you see upon everyday faces a million shades to express definition of great. But the method I choose, my prerogative. There's so much love in me I got to give. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E. Eloquently, so evidently. Come on. Say, chop. So evidently.
I am the best, I rip it up with finesse.
Oh, that I could write a book how you make me feel. But how about the song that I wrote for you? What I feel like when I put my trust to these simple words for you to feel what I'm saying, what you feel like. Yeah, reminisce about the little episode that we shared together. Remember the time that you told me the cold night to relax when all I knew was to hold tight. Remember the time that I spoke to a crowd in the pool house. Realized that you was my age, I was the joker on the scene singing the blues. All eyes on me, had nothing to prove. But yo, thought I knew what a diamond shine like. But I felt so beloved in the limelight. From the queen of hearts, watching me quietly from the upper deck balcony. Sometimes I do suspect how an empty in the world's kept them blind to my comedy. When I look back, that flows and slides of time and try to defund the senses long. Knowing up with the metaphors, the motivation I wrote this letter for you to know that the music comes carry on. Like seeing you today will bring us to my rock. Part 2.
One love.
Once again, now where do I start? Feel like construct with a pure luck to find you here. Every morning I wait from a cavernous night. Sometimes I'm pondering the previous plight. Seem lights unchained, long time no speak. Nowadays I often forget a day of the week. Taking it by shot if you know what I mean. No harm done, no face taken by me. So let's rabble, catch up the pop. What's it have to get closer. Now after all things considered on the side of the planet, couldn't pick a better time of an empty plan. To come clean together. If you have to, I wouldn't break for your laughter. Sweet and satisfied, see my boy cheap, not music. Then I think the real things like the God and me. So the devil in you wanted to break myself in the worst way. When I met you, who would have thought? Come and see by the river, celebrate, but say in the lyric. Lying at the proof of me to see the truck. I decided I'm a destiny, the girls and shit. So I sound down, and a desperate work. Knowing your heart should appreciate the best of both worlds. I'd say L-O-V-E, evidently see every song and see. Never see everything, but that ain't all face just like that thing. How we do every day, I'd say L-O-V-E, eloquently see M-G has a part 2. Never see me got to, keep me tight, always just like that thing. Hear me out. Once together now, we're watching over us. From the heavens where light is a nucleus to this pain through a dark to negative matter. Anti-gravity pull us right up around her. Feel when to leave this shit eventually. Tied to the mother earth, crown me mentally. Real vibes keep me alive spiritually. Imagination replace at no cost. When I blink, I receive with no loss. Victory comes small packages like a leaf on a tree. Brought back but a dog from a boat and a gone right low. We saw that we're coming ever since the beginning and the end. Well, anyways, I'm not a perfect being. Yes, I am a man full of S.I.N. Like a devil in me, so the God in you. You pity my animality, enthusiasm. Looking up there, like the cloud that formed the rain. Came from the ocean, now flow from the river. I'm a believer from with the first world treacle. Chance evolve by ancient roots. Science plus ultimate by my feet. Get divided by the number of ethnic race. Let me mention what I've been thinking. I'll see the children when the ship is sinking. So I'm singing, no lip syncing, slogan, political, hooligan with tank missiles and guns. Everything is relative when it's all in the family. Oh man, I just seen the time when finally come to realize the great power of one. All formulas equalize under the sun. Amen. Come on.
Love of God is number one. Love of God is number one. Love of God is number one.
Yeah, come on, rhymes in here cause I believe in music. Times in need for believing you ship. The beat plus the melody, the recipe. Your vibe surely brings out the best in me. The rhymes in here cause I believe in music. Times in need for believing you ship. The beat plus the melody, the recipe. All good souls, Lord, may the rest in peace. Come on.
One love, one love, one love.
Los Angeles, California. Would you please put your one loves up for Nujabes tonight? Both hands, come on, both hands. The rhymes in here cause I believe in music. Times in need, you won't believe in music. The beat plus the melody, the recipe. Your vibe surely brings out the best in me. The rhymes in here cause I believe in music. Times in need, you won't believe in music. The beat plus the melody, the recipe. Hip hop worldwide, we got to live in peace like that. Thank you very much. That's right. Yeah, man. So how are you guys feeling? So, yeah, that was a little song called Love Sick. It's the first collab that I did with June. In year 2000, you know, this is before the big 9/11 shift that happened. I said shift that happened. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, like, how did you meet him? That's one of the big questions. Well, you know, to be honest, he just emailed me out the blue. Let's do a 12-inch together, because he was really big on releasing analog. I'm just one of many artists that he worked with. But, you know, we kind of ended up doing like a whole series thing. Because the first song that we did, Love Sick, you know, it was kind of my way of writing towards music. And of course, it's been done many times in that format. But obviously, it was like my love letter to music and my future. Like, I really want to hang out with you. I don't know if you like me or not. You know, and obviously, you know, Nujabes did his thing, and originally the beat was supposed to be given to Pace Rock of 5Ds. But like the year before that, I had been in Cincinnati, and I did a cut for him. So he might have taken it as a favor. So I called him up, and he said, hey, I really want to use this beat. And he was totally nice about it. He was like, hey, if you want to use it, go ahead. So I then in turn called June, and he said, well, if he says it's okay, it must be okay. And it was really like that. You know, we were all not trying to step on each other's toes. But, you know, it ended up working out, and that was the year 2000. And by the time he gave me the second beat, it was right after 9/11 had happened. So 2001, right, fall. I remember vividly because of that. It was like September, you know, maybe like the third week or fourth week he gave me the beat. And I was like, wow, this is kind of like a very emotional song, emotional time. Maybe I should write to Lovesick again, So that was my whole intention of writing part 2. And I could only call it part 2 because it just sounded like a part 2 to me, you know what I mean? So, and then the rest is kind of history in a sense because we did part 2. Now people are like, when are you going to do part 3? But I must tell you that we never just did it for the sake of the series, Each episode, we didn't take any shortcuts. And, I was very picky with the beats. He didn't like me for that. But that's how we were, as an MC and him as a producer. And also, you got to credit him because he knew his records. And I say that in all of my interviews. He knew his records. Because jazz and hip-hop has been together for a long time, but his sound palette was obscure Japanese jazz or European jazz or South American bossa, and he knew his records. And the records knew him, I think, because they gave him a lot of ideas. And it's one thing to dissect sampling and just the era of hip-hop, how it sounded, but at the end of the day, it's about how it makes you feel, because the samples, of course, they have so much energy in them. It's not just the notes on it, how it's recorded, how the engineer takes care of it, how it's cut on the groove, all of that. We're sampling literally the energy of the record. And then, hip-hop gave us that freedom to do it, legalities aside. It told us that it's okay to do it. And we're like, okay, So any person could just pick up a MPC and just create a masterpiece. That was the beauty of it. We weren't thinking about how many plays we were going to get or, how many likes. It was just about making stuff. And we got so excited just to press the vinyl and just having it come to your doorstep like, wow, we just did that. So that was kind of like the innocence that carried over. And then eventually, of course, he started releasing CDs and, it was kind of like a different sphere by then. So do you guys want to keep hearing the series? I hope I'm not talking too much, but I know I am. I know some people are like, just do the song, but it's like this. I don't get many chances to do something like this. You guys are standing up for hours on end, but let's get on with the show, shall we? Let's do it. Big up Los Angeles.
And now we have a wonderful surprise for you.
Make the mic live.
Resurrection. It's funny how the music put time to perspective and a soundtrack to your life to perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Yeah, it's funny how the music put time to perspective and a soundtrack to your life to perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are like a movie that you can't predict, like a book that you can't resist. I sing along song that's oh so sexual, bring lots to make it oh so sexual. Verbally that is, making love to the means vibe to the beat at night with the whole city fast asleep. How cool, tourist scene come to my lips, take hold of a part of me most powerfully. I feel free when the world doesn't own to me. So hard to find a game that lives up to the billing. Try and find a reason to quit and make killing. Not meant, is wishful, like a straw up on a chair, gazing up to the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch it to fit the life out borrowed to know what to? We can take it all back to the register and start all over the canister. Just break it all down in a piece of bright moments that pass by like I need it right. Throw on your finger real, that's good to go. On the analog play, watch people glow. Sit back to the beat and let the memory flow. Comedy, tragedy, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put time to perspective and a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Yeah, it's funny how the music put time to perspective where you are. Third time the charm. Hopefully, when I jam on your door, you'd still let me in. After all these years, the room that you came to, my heart exactly the same as you left it. I realize that you have moved on. New styles and clicks like them silent flicks. I'm speechless in this golden occasion. The beautiful expression of the silver creation. This time I like to keep in touch. I'm a little bit wiser, I hold up. Suffering for suffer through another nightmare tonight. We'll chalk it up as another chapter to write. Alright or wrong or somewhere down the middle of the road. I wanna see you again in the scene with the backdrop of perfect 10. And the music can take us back to the spot right then. From black and white to a sepia tone. Some dreams come with a tin or a monotone. From black and white to my skin tone. Some dreams have a sin on this microphone. It's funny how the music put towns in perspective. And the soundtrack to your life is perfected. Whenever you are, feel the blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are, whenever you are, whenever you are, listen. Okay, we can take it all back to the register and start all over from the canister. Just break it all down in a piece of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite jacket and you're good to roll on the analog trail and the look to roll. Just stroll through the trees and let your miseries go. Sunshine, hurricane, or the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put down the perspective. How the soundtrack to your life is perfected. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we're getting far. Whenever you are, whenever you are, whenever you are, I know where you are.
You're about to embark on the most wonderful experience of your life.
Yeah, snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Watch the drop, play a fool like it. Throw in the best dance, you the judo bride. Power on the wheel, Julius and Augustus. All you know, it's just us. In a new semester, back in September. Boy, I wonder if you still remember. Meet me halfway from Mars to Venus. Meet me, the chases all between us. Retweet the sweetest piece of confection. Have a device for a month connection. Ask a question, wait for an answer and make a suggestion. Time and a place for a first impression. Second and third to a fourth dimension. Rise about the waist that hold us captain to a square. Swear that I the captain. Cruising sapphire, red scrapper like sapphire. Walk through a fire but we can fly higher. To reach an apex. Fit tight like glow in the latex. Bring it down to earth for a cooling session. Lay sideways then glaze in essence. Meet each other in the undefined galaxies of uncharted nebulas. Her joy of the spill milk on the grill. Lavender, rolled in the flap of the calendar. Dress up at the end of October. Give thanks in the flap of November. Yeah, we're cold but cold in December. And we back to the origins, so let me begin. Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. I wouldn't ordinarily watch your jump play and cool like April. In the best tension, the Juno bride up pair on the wheel. Julius and Augustus, all you know, it's just us. In a new semester, back in September. Boy, I wonder if you still remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boy, I wonder if you still remember. Boy, I wonder. Listen, yeah. Wait, take my hand, I couldn't hide it. Wait to delight it. Try riding cool, will oblige you write it. Wouldn't fight it. Have my watch pause when I put my lips in your eyelids. The last second, deposit in a memory bank. Every chance I pocket in a say a blank check with your signature. Fonts on tear up the curvature. Along the hall picture with toy play, toy like fish in the pond. Hardware circle like dish. Life is short like a dog on leash. Or fuse in an open circuitry. The gas shot by lightning. Hang a painting on the wall over the writing. Riding on the roof for a private dining. Increase the pieces, seize the anxiety. Spread love and CC the whole society. You got me shooting off on a tangent. Like I always do when I'm on the fringe. And the tally on the lens will reach. The valley where the winds will seek. A series so class like a double October. Give thanks to the the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know, it's just us. In a new semester, back in September. Boy, I wonder if you still remember. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I'll make it short, right? So man, Lovesick Part 3. Yeah. You know what? It's kind of strange how people have their favorite Jordans. I mean, come on, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this t-shirt. Oh, whoa. Look that way. Yeah, you know, so it's really interesting how people have their favorite version of Lovesick. And I hope you get the pun, by the way. You do, right? I mean, sick. Because, I mean, people, you know, not everybody's English, you know, fluent in Japan and whatnot. But that's the play of it. It's a pun. You know, love is a pun. And so people have their favorites. And for a while, you know, me and A1 or one of my DJs, we would just do 1 and 2 would be out, you know. But I don't know why, but Part 3, you know, there are a lot of fans out here in the States. And one of them, you know, was a 19-year-old beatboxer named Jeff Resurrection. And I don't know if any of you know the story, but, you know, he contacted me out the blue. Oh, actually, his girlfriend did, and he was actually diagnosed with I believe it was thyroid or some lymph node, or he was basically living his last days. And so he tells me like Part 3 is like his favorite version, would you sing it to me? And at that time it wasn't part of our repertoire because it just takes, you know, muscle memory to remember songs off the top. But, you know, we did all the other songs, but we just couldn't do Part 3. But I made it a point, you know. I really wanted to relearn that song because it was just so far away from my memory. And I contacted June, you know, Nujabes, about him. And he was like, oh, wow, you know, that's an incredible story. You know, I'll look for the instrumental for you. And that was like December 2009, I believe, right? And Jeff ended up passing, you know, January of 2010. And coincidentally, you know, that was the last time I spoke to Nujabes as well. It was about Jeff. And at that time, what had happened is after we had, you know, done 3 songs and we were cool with it, and I had been, you know, challenging him, like, if you would like to do another part, let's do another trilogy, you know. That was just my way of reaching out to him, like, let's do more music, you know, let's just not do just 4 and then wait another 2 years to do. Let's just work on another trilogy. Just seemed like a way to egg him on, you know. And so we had started on 4. It was already done. It just wasn't recorded. And when he gave me the beat for 5, it was so sad. But I wanted to make it like a new 3-part story about meeting someone, and then you lose somebody, and then you kind of rediscover yourself. I just wanted that to be like a journey, right? And then at first he was like, nah, it's just kind of too dark to be a Lovesick series. But I kind of talked him into it, like, yo, you know, like, this is the time to do it. So actually the first half of Lovesick Part 5 is totally written for Jeff. It has nothing to do with June. And then while I was done with the first half, he ended up passing away. It's like, you know, we were like numb for like, you know, 2-3 months, but we had to pick ourselves up, and then we finished the song. So, and then, you know, you probably heard 5 first, and then the 4 came out, and then the 5 official came out, and then we did 6. So that's what you're gonna hear next, Part 5.
Everything is quiet.
Shing02. Hear me out. Yeah, till death do us part and it did. Comes on like clouds in the hit my song. My truth heavier than imaginally. Die cast and land on the lives we nursed and the days we cherished as kids. We let the winds on by, but when I rewind, your smile is the only thing that comes to mind. Your smile is the only thing that shines. In your last breath you told me that you had to go, cause it pained your soul and it loved your soul. But so when it's selfish you hold on and cling on to your body that holds the soul. That wanted to set free, the eagle in the cage, and you became legally what I wanted to be. You're the person to leave, I'm the person to see off another best friend the lands in. I heard grown men, women, women weep, and you quietly descended 6 feet deep, but the spirit descended before with eyes. A gift from God returned to sender. Though I have to pretend that this never happened, I can turn around and see you laughing. But the fact is, you can never practice. Getting blindsided in the windshield, and the feel the shore, the glass is too shall pass, but reality bites and says no so fast. First you must climb a Calvary, a shadow of hope, and then a mountain of prayers unheard till you reach the peak where you can see the dark abyss below. Then you let me know if you have what it takes for a leap of faith. I had to say hell no, heaven just but not yet, please. Bless the forehead, gold in the head, Lord in the road with nobody to hold. Pain is too much to bear, it's a reason to live for a seed that needs care till death do us part, and it did. Comes on like clouds and it hit my soul. My truth heavier than imaginally. Die cast and lit for the lives we nursed and the days we changed as kids. We let the winds on by, but when I rewind, your smile is the only thing that comes to mind. Your smile is the only thing that shines, shines, shines. Your smile is the only thing that shines, 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 shines.
Thank you very kindly, my friend. In the world.
Sounds you only
Yeah,
remember now.
till death was part and it did. Comes on like clouds and it hit my seat. But truth heavier than imaginable. Die cast and let on the life we nursed to the days we changed as kids. We let the winds on by, but when I rewind, your smile is the only thing that comes to mind. Your smile is the only thing that shines, shines, shines. There's actually a second verse to this. It's gonna go like this. Yeah. So now I hit the stage in honor of you. How's the other side? I bet it's a splendid view. No more stress for rent or to make ends. Collide in the cocktail chain with envy. I can hide behind lens that block the UV. Looking in from the outside, the bowl is murky. The toll for the bridge is rising where the man says storm. City Hall is burning. Same old chaos. God shut myself like I'm waiting to take off. On the runway, scoping out the window. The moisture covers my sight though. Telling myself it's just another day in the life of a starving artist. Trying to paint a dream we woke from, chasing the departed. We used to hang by the banks to see who could skip the stone the farthest. What I thought was a stream is now an ocean. No such thing as an extreme to show devotion to your craft, which I didn't know they have. Tried to knock down your door and caught the backdraft. In the whip, lash all in reverse. Then I finally stood up and said, we reserve the right to serve anyone. And best of all, you deserve the best of the most fun. By the way, I got your letter. You said you were fed up. Well, I second that, and I reckon that you tried. So I don't place the blame that you took the fifth in the first flight out of town into the mist till death do us part, and it did. Comes turning like clouds and it hit my soul. My truth heavier than imaginally. Die cast and let. Come on. Listen, yeah. I'm in a metaphorical girl, in a metaphysical world. Now you got me dangerous, slipping in the curl. Her name on my tongue, fresh flavor, yeah. Whenever she popped up, put a swirl on my cone. I used to rap like I had some arms in my mouth, but the stone turned best when they all came out. On a string of deep fat that could never be black. Body rock, don't stop, be black, the hip hop. Cold as ice, so I stayed and then thought to the floor. What was left? A shoestring buzzing on call. Then the new styles came along. So on to the next, it's about to hit their own trip. Colors faded on their breasts, centerfolds dated. Make you feel old and jaded. The point was to make it and we made it, but we didn't know how to keep it like nice kicks. Wouldn't fit, all the way was it busted up, a duct tape it up. Short underneath the bed and open it up. Once in the blue moon, think you got it. Cool and into a store that and into soon. Gotta bring back the feeling. I do anything not to be stuck. I'm feeling a pain could be sharp and a scalp to a patient. To an open heart, it's a daily operation. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gate to say heavy can wait. And you speak of fate, a finale to a play for mommy. I see the angels draw the drapes over the earthscape where the wine and the spirit and grape. Gotta finish what I started, so I got the team. As the Rex who stay and rotate. Come on. Listen, you say a circle is a flawless shape. Every part ingredients for the center of the awkward at start or finish. And I know Luke has when the freight train runs unabated. Views vanish from a point vantage. Passages come in and out. I will remember your antics. Still alive cause I said it. A life is so less we did it. Kills to your name and credits. Labor, oh Lord, you mean slavery. Truly, it's been quite savory. Creep on the back of the verbal alchemy. Pure match which it touches me. I read that love is common, it's so sublime. Of any style you profess, will you be my guest? Happiness is a hot potato that you can't possess alone. Just pass it on like a song. I might look calm and collected at a glass, but I teach a boy when I'm not connected to the world kinetic. As opposed to static, how the heads workshop from a modern day addict. On a hot street for inspiration is key. To feed the mind in need is stimulation. Elevator music to the space station. Penthouses stored to blaze it. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gate. This ain't heaven can wait. And you speak of fate. A finality to play for mommy. I see the angels draw the drapes of the earthscape when they ride in the spirit and grip. Gotta finish what we started, so I got the tape. As a Rex who is still rotate. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gate. This ain't heaven to wait. And you speak of fate. If you never dare play for my name. I see the angels draw the drapes of the earthscape when the wine and the spirit and grape. Gotta finish what you started, so I got the tape. Now the Rex who is still rotate. Turn, 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 turn. So thank you all for coming out tonight. Did you guys have fun? So yeah, that was the series, man. Huh? Okay, I'll do it a cappella for you. I met a metaphorical girl in a metaphysical world. Now you got me daydreaming, sleeping in a curl. Her name on my tongue, a fresh flavor. Yup, whenever she popped up, put a swirl on my cone. I used to rap like I had some marbles in my mouth, but the stone turned pressed when they all came out. On a string of deep thought that could never be bought. Body rock, don't stop, bebop, the hip hop. Cold as ice, so I stared as they throw to the floor. What was left? A shoestring budget on call. Then the new styles came along. Some on to the next. Some other hit their own shit. Colors fading on airbrush, centerfolds dated, make you feel old and jaded. The point was to make it and we made it, but we didn't know how to keep it like nice kicks. They wouldn't fit, only way was to box it up and duct tape it up. Store it underneath the bed and open it up. Once in the blue moon, think about a cool ending to a story that ended too soon. Gotta bring back the feeling. I'll do anything not to be stuck on fiending. A pen can be sharper than a scalp to a patient. To an open heart, it's a daily operation. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gates. To say heaven can wait. And the speak of fate. A finality, a play for my mate. I see the angels draw the drapes of the earthscape where the wine and the spirit of grape. Gotta finish what we started, so I cut the tape. As the Rex will stay and rotate. Yeah. Gotta finish what we started, so I cut the tape. As the Rex will stay and rotate. Yeah. Gotta finish what we started, so I cut the tape. As the Rex will stay and rotate. Thank you, Speed Master 81. So thank you all for coming. Really thank you for delicious vinyl. If it weren't for them, none of this would be possible. Thank you for the in-stores. Thank you to everybody who expressed interest but couldn't come. All your friends, let them know. We can do this again if you want to, you know what I mean? Maybe bring more artists. Maybe bring Uyama out here for the first time. We can do this. So, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, LA. Thank you, everyone.